If I can keep this flow of work constantly, day after day, then I shouldn't have a problem hiring somebody soon. I'm just about to cut 200 window decals. So we got 100 there, 100 going, and then we have a couple of orders that we knocked out that you guys saw. So we had güeros that I need to go deliver. My friends from Chingon Estilo came to drop off yesterday. That's a pretty good size order. That's them over there. And then I got a 200 piece 4-color front, 4-color back that was outsourced to me. And then right here, I'm about to start working on the 40 piece 2-color front. And the board is getting filled. Very happy about some of the new customers that are coming in. I got Farmers Insurance. We have Commonwealth coming back constantly. We have Undertow coming back constantly. These are the vinyls that we're printing, and then we're doing a sample for Payway. So very, very happy about everything, the way it's working, the flow, and the consistency more than anything. That's what I like. I like to stay busy. I like to make sure that every single minute of my day is being used productively. So today, you know, oh yeah, yes, somebody asked me about the bandanas. So as soon as I'm done with this 40 piece, I'm gonna go ahead and set up for the bandanas. We had to size the logo to the square that's inside of the bandana. So we're gonna set it up here on the board, and it's just gonna be a simple 1-color hit. It should be super easy. And then also I'm gonna show you guys the puff print that I'm gonna do on these koosies. So we're gonna put together that puff for the koosies. So I can't wait to show you guys that. I don't think I've ever done puff on koosies, so that's gonna be interesting, and it should work out perfectly because we have all kinds of colors, including camouflage. So if that puff works the way it's supposed to, we shouldn't get any dye migration, which is always a problem with camouflage. So let's cross our fingers with those. Let's make sure that we get this order knocked out so we can set up for that one. And then we also have the screen burnt for this one as well. So very good, you guys. I think the subscriber count went up to 2,040 something. So I'm gonna go ahead and update that. And remember, we're trying to hit the 3,000 within 3 months. So we're already like 2 weeks in, and it's going okay, but I think you can do better. So let's go ahead and keep it up. Subscribe if you haven't. If you like what you see, go ahead and comment and tell me what you like, and also comment and tell me what you would like to see. So that always helps. It helps me understand what you guys want to see, and also what you guys want to learn. So got 2 more leads. We got a paid invoice and a lot of work coming in, so it's gonna be a heavy week for this week, for the remainder of this week and next week. So I'm very happy about that. We're gonna put this bad boy to use for sure. And let me just show you guys what we have going on here with that 40 piece that I was talking about earlier. So right here we have a 2-color going on. We're flashing the gray, and as it comes out of the flash, we bring it out, and then we drop the black print. So like we were doing the other day with the sleeve print, we're just going around one time to make our life super easy. And then with this order, what happened was they wanted half with the 2-color and the second half with just the 1-color. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go ahead and clean the screen that has the gray ink, which is right here, and I'm gonna put black ink in here, and I'm just gonna print those 2 screens wet on wet to finish off the second half of the order, and that should cover this one. We also have the bandana screen set up right there and ready to go, and right behind it we have the design for the puff koosies. So hopefully we have enough time to knock those out. I think we should at least finish this 40 piece, finish the bandanas, and then we should at least leave the koosie job set up so that we can knock it out in the morning, or I may stay a little late, who knows. We have a lot of activity going on. My mom called me, and in the neighborhood where she lives, they have a couple of houses that are possibly going for sale, so we're gonna go ahead and look into that. I haven't talked about the wholesaling because we've been active on screen printing, but it is going well. We've been a lot more active than before, and we're learning a lot. But I still don't want to come back to that until we finish signing that contract and finally pulling off our first deal. It's taking a lot longer than we thought, but it's not easy, and it takes a lot of commitment and consistency. So we're definitely getting closer, but I'm not gonna touch that subject until we finally break the first deal. And until then, we're gonna stay in the shop screen printing and teaching you guys the ropes. All right, so like I mentioned earlier, half of the order is all black, so we have to change this screen to a black screen. I didn't feel like making a third screen for this order, so I'm gonna show you guys how simple it is to change the colors. And I do happen to have a second squeegee that I had with black ink from other orders, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use the other one, and I'm not gonna clean that one just in case we use this gray for something else. Okay, so when I clean, I like to use these paper towels that I buy from AST. I cut one in half, and I always have like a rag t-shirt to finish up my job. So we're simply gonna mist, and then we can leave the tape on there because we're going from a lighter color to a darker color. So the purpose of the rags is just to get like the heavier deposit of ink that's sitting on top from whatever was left over. And you're gonna make your life super simple if you use those metal scrapers to get the ink off the screen. So as you guys can see, we're almost done, and we haven't really tried that hard to clean the screen. So usually I like to use 100% cotton t-shirts because they absorb the 480 very well. And since we're going from gray to black, I'm not gonna make it a big deal to go bananas on this with the 480. As is, should be ready to go. So we can slap a little dab of black. We don't have that many shirts left. That should be enough. And we're simply gonna go wet on wet with this print because it's just black. Both screens have black ink. So the flash has been turned off. We don't need it for this job, or at least for the last 2 or 3 jobs that we have here. And because I'm doing wet on wet, I'm just gonna go ahead and press the one that has like the least amount of ink, just so not a lot of it gets picked up by the second screen. Just like that. Looks like I'm gonna need an intern here. I got some screens that are piling up. Got a couple over there as well. And then we have t-shirts coming down the dryer that need to get picked up. I mean, I usually do when I'm done, but I never like for the shirts to fall on the floor, so I have to come and stack them. And that just burns a lot of time. Do you guys like the 2-color or the single color better? Let me know. I vote for this one. We're doing the bandanas now, and I'm gonna show you guys how I set it up so that I don't have any trouble making sure that I line up the design to this square inside every single time. So my board from underneath, I adjusted it, I just moved it a little bit forward so that the edge of this line right here is lined up with my board. I don't know if you can see it, but that's my board. So all I have to do is line it up to the board, and then we're gonna drop it right in the center. So you know, we have about 2 fingers on this side and then 2 fingers on this side of the board to the edge. And if I bring down the screen, you're gonna be able to see that border all the way around. See that? So we're about maybe a finger away, and over here we're about half a finger. So that means that if I bring it in every single time to the edge, it's gonna be pretty centered every time. And we don't wanna be losing time trying to figure out, is it centered, is it too far to the left, too far to the right? So this is the easiest way for me to figure this out. So I'm gonna go ahead and print maybe like 2 of them, make sure that what I'm talking about is exactly accurate. That way I can knock out all 72. They only get 2 hits and they get pulled out. For bandanas, you should know that we need to speed up the belt once again. So regular would be here. You guys saw that the other day. This is kind of slow. We have the puff print, and then what the hell were we doing? And then we have the koosies. So the koosies is right at 16. I don't know what's gonna work for you, because you might have a longer dryer, you might have a shorter dryer, you might have the temperature set differently. But whatever temperature you have for t-shirts, all you have to do is make sure that you speed up the belt and not change the temperature. So if you don't, for the bandanas, you're gonna burn them. And it's gonna happen because you may forget, you might not do this very often, and doing these kind of specialty items gets kind of tricky. So I like to write down on my dryer so that I don't forget what's going on here with the speed of the belt. I know that 26 is for shirts, so I'm just gonna write shirts here so that I know every time I tell you guys, I know exactly what it is. I don't think I'll forget, but I'll do it anyways. So I got shirts at 26, I got puff at around 21, and then we're gonna have koosies and bandanas at 16. And then whenever I do polyester, it also goes with the puff, because I don't want the shirts, the 100% polyester shirts, sitting under the dryer for a long time, because they cause dye migration. So that's how I'm going to knock these out. There it is, my friends, nice and centered, and we're going to make it happen on every single one. I know that design is kind of big and it doesn't give me a lot of room to move to either side, but for the most part I think they're pretty centered. And by following those simple instructions that I just gave you, by figuring out how to, you know, load your bandana every single time. So check this out. This line is up against the edge, and then we center it to each side. It's gonna work every single time. All we did was move the board a little bit forward, and once we found that happy point, we're good to go. I'm gonna send a picture to the customer because he thought that we can print the same design on the front and the back, but I told him that the ink is just basically gonna push his way through and it's not gonna work. He was okay with that, but he was just thinking that it was gonna be possible to print on both sides. It's not. and he's okay. So let's go ahead and run these off so we can set up for the koosies. And then I thought I was gonna leave early, but I have to weed out 200 vinyls, 100 for my friend Vaughn, and 100 for the corner store.
Check it out, dude.
Is that the one you gave to her?
Oh,
Yep.
Wow.
no.
Just slap a Vega print right here and we'll put it up on the wall right here.
Shit.
We'll remember you forever. And that's so dope, bro. I'm gonna tag your Instagram below so they know what's up. I'm gonna tag both of them.
Who?
Your Instagrams?
Oh. I got 3.
I'll tag all 3 of them. All handmade, all painted by him. What did you do? You candy this one? Yeah. Should we start a bid here on YouTube? See who wants it? We're gonna call it a day with that puff print. I just set up the koozie screen, and I have my koozie jig. Super ghetto, but it works. We're gonna go ahead and grab the bag, get it set up for tomorrow morning so we can knock those out. I'm gonna finish the day by burning these screens. It's for that job that was outsourced to me. I'm gonna take care of it tomorrow. And for that, we're gonna use the big dog. We're gonna use the automatic frames, and that's gonna be it for today. So I think I'm gonna end up leaving around 5, which is not too bad. 7 o'clock at night. ¿Cómo te llamas, mami? Cassidy.
Cassidy.
¿Y cómo te llamas, pues?
Cassidy and Vega.
Nah. ¿Y tu sister?
Mansa de mi papá y de mi mami.
¿Cómo se llama tu sister?
Ari.
Ari, ¿qué?
Ari Villas.
Good job.